Phillips again, and Sunderland have scored.
Hello all, how are we getting on? So, yes, a bit of a sad week, as you've probably seen all over social media and the club reporting. Carlton Fairweather passed away this week, passed away on Monday, being a great influential figure behind the scenes at the club for the past 22 years. You might remember he was in charge of Sunderland Women, and then he had a great career coaching all the young lads behind the scenes. You've probably seen all the players have been paying on tributes to him as well. I think we did a kind of a presented him before the crowd, didn't we, in one of the home games a few weeks ago when we knew we didn't have long left. So Christian Speakman has also paid tribute to him, saying Carlton's personality and charisma was unique. He worked across all aspects of our club, and the reason he's so highly thought of is down to his dedication, humility and work ethic. Within a sporting environment, you need consistency, and Carlton's character very rarely shifted from enthusiastic, bubbly and infectious. And this to someone who crafted their skill of coaching and mentoring over so many years and is a special mix. I was blessed to spend time with Carlton on many occasions, and he always brought the gift of wisdom, a gift only very few people can give. He'll be truly missed by all within our club. The thoughts and prayers of everyone at Sunderland AFC are with Carlton's wife Leslie, his children Jordan, Elliot and Tyler, and everybody who knew and loved him. So a bit of a sad day, but a sad week. So Carlton Fairweather passed away, and also on a personal level as well. Lost a very good friend of mine yesterday. Been bad for quite a bit. So Brian Dobson, who very good friend of mine, passed away yesterday from my days at Stagecoach where I worked there. Really, really good friend, good laugh, great personality, be sadly missed. Only 66, another one took too young. So thoughts are with Brian's family and friends at this sad time. But we now move on to the final 4 games of the season, 2 of which are in 4 days over this busy Easter period. Just what we want when the team's all tired and knackered is 2 games in 4 days. We've got Bristol City on Good Friday at 3 o'clock at Ashton Gate, and then Blackburn home on Easter Monday, also at 3 o'clock. Now the game on Friday is a massive game for Bristol City, in their promotion playoff. Going to be a really, really tough game down there. It's 4th against 5th. They've come with a great run, Bristol City, so they are in 5th place. Played 42 games, won 16, drew 16, lost 10, scored 54, conceded 45, and they've got 64 points. They're 12 points behind us. If we are to get a point down there, it'll guarantee our playoff place, our 4th spot. But at home, Bristol City are really, really strong as well. They've played 21 games, they've won 12, drew 6, only losing 3. They've scored 32, conceded 17, and they've took 42 points out of them 64 at Ashton Gate. Now we know they are managed by Liam Manning, who has developed a reputation of being a really, really good young coach. Started off at Lommel in 2020. He then got the job at MK Dons. Now you remember our games with them in the past when we played them in League One. Always gave us a good game, beat us a couple of times. He then got the job at Oxford in 2023, but did such a good job there. Bristol City took them on in November 2023. Managed 79 games, 28 wins, 27 draws, 24 defeats, 95 for, 85 against, a goal difference of +10, and a win percentage of 35% in his time at Bristol City. Now, like I say, in the Championship you tend to find there's teams comes with good runs at the end of the season and get themselves in the playoffs, and Bristol City are looking like they're going to do that. Current form, they've only got 1 defeat in 10 games. They've won 5, drew 4, and lost only the 1, like I've said. That was the drew last time at QPR, but before they beat West Brom and they beat Watford. The only defeat was a defeat against Burnley, which is no disgrace in that. And before that, the wins at Norwich, Millwall, beat Middlesbrough, drew with Cardiff, Hull and Sheffield United. So, they've got some great results in recent weeks as well, and they are in a great run of form, and they're going to be a tough nut to crack, I think. They're going to be up for it, they're going to be fighting, they're going to be flying. And top players, Scott Twine, we know at this level is a really, really good player. I think he went to Burnley, didn't he? For big money when they went to the Premier League. Didn't really work out for him. He's back at Bristol City now. Their top rated player this season, behind Max Bird and Luke McNally. Top goal scorers, they've got goals in the side as well. Aris Mehmeti's got 12, Naki Wells has got 10, Scott Twine's got 5 himself. We know he takes a really, really good free kick. Assists, Max Bird has got 8 from midfield, Jason Knight from 5 from midfield, and Mark Sykes has got 4 from midfield. So their midfield has got very, very creative players, something that we're kind of lacking at the moment. Now, like I said, they're going to be right up for this, right up for it. The last 4 games, they've got us at home, they've got Luton away, Leeds away, and then they finish the season with Preston at home. And like I said, there's always one team who kind of comes with a run towards the end of the season, and it's looking like could be them, and Coventry might just get themselves in the playoffs. And the way things are at the moment, if the season was to finish now, it would be us against them in the playoff semi-final. So this could be a bit of a dress rehearsal and a bit of a, kind of, size teams up before this playoff semi-final. So now us, although this form table doesn't look too bad on the face of it, 4 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats in the last 10, we are without a doubt limping our way to the playoffs. I honestly didn't think we've played well since we beat Sheffield United at home on New Year's Day. Since then we've really, really struggled. Maybe the Middlesbrough away game where we got a 90-odd minute winner there, we played really well at Borough, but we're a million miles away from the team that was high pressing, full of energy at the start of the season. We've stopped doing that. We're now become a slow balling, backwards, side to side team. The last 2 performances against Norwich and Swansea have been nothing short of absolutely pathetic. Team selections, tactics have also been awful as well. We've got no plan B, slow balling, side to side, backwards football where teams have now worked us out. We're so easy to play against. And if we play that way against Bristol City, we'll get picked off. In recent weeks, in recent videos, I've been using the word momentum. And we are getting into these playoffs with absolutely zero momentum. Now Regis Lebris, he's playing a very, very dangerous game in my eyes with these team selections. If it backfires on him, he's in for one hell of a backlash. He's constantly overplaying the likes of Rig, Dan Neil, which is now costing us big time. The entire team just look completely knackered. The last 2 games, Dan Neil has been miles off the pace. And is that down to fatigue? Is it down to a loss of form? I didn't know. The Bristol's come out and said that Enzo Lafay will again be on the bench on Friday, as he doesn't really want to risk him. Now, reading between the lines, you can see that Lebris is banking on Lafay suddenly hitting form and winning these playoffs, get us to the Premier League. Again, a big risk in my eyes. He's not fully fit. For me, I'd be doing the opposite. I'd be playing him for 45, 50 minutes, getting minutes into his legs, and then giving him rest. Coming on and playing the last 20 minutes, he's not really getting much game time and not really getting time to play into form. So I don't know. It's a tough one with Lafay. I can see why we're not wanting to risk him, but I just think we're playing a dangerous game. We should be trying to get some momentum going and resting the likes of Regan and Neil just for a couple of games, bring them back for the final 2 games of the season when hopefully they're a bit more sharper. Now, based on recent weeks and performances over recent weeks, this is the team I think I would be inclined to go with at the weekend. Or Friday, I would have Patterson in goal. I'd have a back 4 of Trey Hume, Chris Mepham, Luke O'Neill and Leo Hjelde. In midfield, I'd have Alexic and Alan Brown. On the right, I'd have Patrick Roberts. I'd have Eliza Mienda playing just behind Wilson Isidore and Tommy Watson on the left. Now, I don't like Watson being in there. I've said in recent weeks that Tommy Watson will be nowhere near the team in my eyes. But if it means that we can get rested, Dan Neil and Chris Rigg, I can live with that. Isidore needs to hit form going into these playoffs. It needs a couple of goals, so I try and get him, in the goals and try and get him into some sort of form, because he's another one who, to be honest, since he signed his contract and was signed him permanent, has looked miles off the pace as well. But let me know what your thoughts are on team selection. Now, who would you play? Who would you rest? Would you keep the same team? You've got Sam Adair who could potentially come in and play. Not for me either, because he's just not good enough. But let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know what your team selection would be for Friday. Now, score predictions. Now, games between us in the past. Bristol City have not lost in 4 games against us. There's been less than 2.5 goals in 4 of the last 5 games, and both teams have scored in 5 of the last 7 games. Now, like I said, we only need a point to guarantee 4th place, but if I'm honest, I really can't see us taking anything from this game. I hate predicting us to get beat, but Bristol City are pushing hard. They're going to want them more than us. A chance to get in the playoffs for them is massive, and it kills us to predict, but I'm going to go for Bristol City 2, Sunderland 1 for another disappointing result and another disappointing performance. I just really can't see us shaking this current form off unless something major changes. Now, only one person predicted us to get beat against Swansea, which was David Newell. He predicted a 2-1 loss, so 2 points go to him in the shirt competition, which makes the overall score excuse me, look like this. So John Ruddock still out in front, 63 points. Tim the Minion in second, 55. Ray Knight in third, 54. Mel Lacey, Peter Smith are in fourth, 53. Kenneth Allen's in fifth on 52. Alex Dixon, Chris Carter-Jackson, John T and Stuart Macker in 6 on 46. David Edwards is on 45. Brian Greener, Ibrahim Al-Mutwa in 8th on 41. Gary Doyle, Kevin Caden is 9th on 40. And them 2 points get David Newell into 10th place on 39 points. Now, like I say, submit yours in the comments below. There's still 20 points to play for, so it's still kind of mathematically possible for some people still to catch John Ruddock. So get your predictions in the comments below for a chance to get on that leaderboard. Now, the league table going into the game on Friday. So Leeds are now back on top after that wobble they've had. They're now back on top, 42 games, 88 points, a goal difference of plus 53. Burnley are in second, played 42, 88 points, a goal difference of plus 44. Sheffield United, the wheels have come off at Bramall Lane. Chris Wilder, the cracks have started to show. Played 42, 83 points, a goal difference of plus 19. We're in fourth, 42 games, 76 points, a goal difference of plus 19 also. Bristol City are in fifth, 42 games, 64 points, a goal difference of plus 9. And Coventry are in sixth, 42 points, 42 games, 63 points, and a goal difference of plus 5. Like I say, a point will guarantee us 4th spot, but I don't think it'll come on Friday. Now, other games that concern the top 6 at the weekend or Friday. So West Brom go to Coventry, a really, really big game there. I think if Coventry beat West Brom, that could maybe just cement them top 2 places, them final 2 places. Middlesbrough host Plymouth. Burnley go to Watford. Sheffield United are home to Cardiff, and Leeds go to Oxford. Now, it's looking more likely it's going to be Leeds and Burnley will get promoted, with, like I say, Sheffield United, us, and possibly Bristol City and Coventry. But we'll have to stay with the games. A lot can change in these 2 games over Easter. We'll have to wait and see, how things kind of pan out. But that's all from me. So, that's the match review. If you don't mind, please, like, share and subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. We're currently sat on 3,733 subscribers. Absolutely fantastic achievement. If you don't mind, please hit that little black button. It'll cost you now. It is free. and it'll get us out to more Sunderland fans as we come towards the end of the season. And I would say even get bigger and better as this end of this season and start of next season. But thanks for watching. Watch out for the match review. The match review coming out for after the game on Friday. There'll also be a quick turnaround for a match preview coming out for the game on Monday against Blackburn. Until the meantime, as always, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.